ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति। So we are studying the verses of chapter 16, Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga chapter. And this is somewhat similar to chapter 14, yeah, about the three gunas. So in the chapter 14, we saw how the whole world is a product of the three gunas. And our whole life is governed by that swabhava. And swabhava is going to be trigunatmika, right? So this is why Krishna in chapter 2 tells Arjuna, no? Arjuna, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna Nitya Sattvastaha Bhava. You become one grounded in Sattva and you become Nirdvandvaha, Nistraigunya, go beyond the gunas. Yeah? So that Sattva Guna discussed in chapter 14 is being discussed here as Daivi Sampat. So in this chapter, Bhagavan is describing the twofold dispositions of Prakritis, Daivi Sampat and Asuri Sampat. Asuri and Rakshasi Sampat will be the Rajoguna and the Tamoguna. Okay? Now, why are we studying this? Why do we need to know this? Because in order to receive the vision of Vedanta, we need a Samskrita Manas. So to fine-tune the mind and to enhance Sattva-guna, we are becoming aware of all these, the twofold dispositions. And nobody is 100% Sattvic and nobody will have 100% Asuri Sampada. You know, that's why they study this Mahabharatam. Mahabharatam, you know, is filled with archetypes. So students from all over the world, for them, it's an excellent research material to understand the psychology of the mind. Karna. Now, Karna, we know, was the abandoned child. Yeah, and how it affected the later personality. But he took the side of adharma, made friendship with Duryodhana, but he had the, glowing quality of generosity. So learned, the great Pitamaha, but very rigid. How rigidly he defends Hastinapura, whoever rules it, I will stand by them. Or even if it's adharma, no? That was the weak point. Then you take Yudhishthira, Dharmaputra, embodiment of Satyam, but the soft, vulnerable spot was addiction to gambling. So Bhagavan is making us aware that all of us will have traces of impurities and gunas in varying degrees. No? But here's Daivi Sampat is Vimokshaya. Asuri Sampat is Nibandhanaya. So only Sattva Guna, only Daivi Sampat is conducive for moksha. And Asuri Sampat will pull us down. That is the reason why we are studying it. Then we found the first three shlokas. Bhagavan has given quite a list of Daivi Sampat, 26 values. And after that, Bhagavan goes on and on and on about Asuri Sampat. We completed up to 10 verses. No? And there we saw how these asura-like, people, they don't know what is to be avoided. They don't know what is to be followed. Pravrittincha, nivrittincha, na vidahu. Then they are alpabuddhayaha. Alpabuddhaya means very narrow perception of life. How is the perception narrow? Because they don't believe in the creator. They don't believe any intelligence is governing the world. So what do they believe then? The world is a random occurrence and an outcome of desire and lust. Yeah. Aparaspara sambodham. What else is there? There is no satyam and there is no pratishtha, there is no ishvara. And so they don't have the astikya buddhi, no shraddha. So as a result, what? Ugra karmanaha. They indulge in the most horrific incidents because the end justifies the means. I don't care about the means, whether it is dharmic or not. So they become jagataha ahitaha, enemies of the world, and kshayaya, they destroy the world. And so, you see, even Arjuna was covered by moha in the first chapter. Yeah, moha guna, the tamo guna. And then Krishna, what is Krishna trying to do? Induce some healthy rajas, uttishta, yudhyasva, do some karma yoga, some seva, defend your dharma, kshatriya dharma, in order to bring Arjuna, elevate him to sattva. So the only way to get out of the asuri sampat is first dharma. First satsanga, viveka, vairagyam. Then only we can hope to come to the vision of Vedanta. That is the root. So far we saw the description of asuras, and it is going to continue now, 11th onwards. Let us see the 11th shloka now. Chintamaparimeyan cha pralayantamupashritaha kamopabhogaparamaha etavaditi nishchitaha. Together. Chintamaparimeyan cha pralayantamupashritaha kamopabhogaparamaha Now continuing with the Asuri Sampat, what does Bhagavan say here? Chintam aparimeyam cha pralayantam upashritaha kama upabhoga paramaha etavat iti nishchitaha. So these people, chintam aparimeyam, that means their worry and their anxiety of these asura-like people is aparimeyam, means immeasurable, countless. When they get up in the morning, they switch on the stocks and shares. They want to know, what's up, what's down. And so they are constantly concerned with all these bank accounts, their wealth and property, and what to do next, how can I gain this and that. So chintam aparimeyam cha. Till when? Pralayantam. Till the fag end of their life. Pralayantam upashritaha. They are engaged only in this. Engaged in all what pursuits? Artha and Kama. That's the next line. Kama upabhoga paramaha. They have so many aspirations and desires, and the whole life they are concerned only with Artha and Kama pursuits. How to gain this, how to protect it, how to preserve it, and how to multiply it. So whatever wealth and property they have, they want to reinvest and again, make more and more profit. So it clearly shows that they have not had the punyam of satsanga, no viveka, no vairagyam. And that is why, remember the very first shloka of Bhajagovindam, how Acharya Shankaracharya takes pity on this old man who is memorizing the Panini Sutras. No? Vajagovindam, Vajagovindam, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati, different karani. Of course, there it is a sattvic preoccupation, learning Vyakaranam. It is not this asura quality. But even then, this is, you are, still engaged with Aparavidya. When will you come to Govinda? Vaja Govinda, but you have to seriously pursue the liberating knowledge. And here, of course, the degree is much worse. They're engaged in tamasic and rajasic pursuits. Then Kama Upabhoga Paramaha. They want only enjoyment. Etavat iti nishtitaha. This much alone they have concluded. Because they only believe what they see. They are the materialists, consumers, and they don't see anything beyond pratyaksha. That there is something called Shabda Pramana. We all know that now. Shabda Pramana only gives us what? Knowledge of Papa, Punyam, Karma, Svarga, Naraka, and of course, Ishvara. Who will tell us all this? Only Shabda Pramana. But they don't have any astikya buddhi in anything beyond what the pratyaksha can give them. So they say enjoy life and make the most of it, and because this is the only. Then Asha Pasha Shatair Baddhaha Krodha Parayana Te Kama Bhogatham Anyayena Sanchayan. Together. Asha Pasha So, now you see these words are long words, compound words describing these asura. Now these asuras are not, with protruding teeth and horns on their head. They can be very sophisticated, well-dressed intellectuals also, but the minds are covered with moha, rajas and tamas. You see, it seems even Hindu intellectuals, they are sitting in the Western worlds and they become anti our country. There are books on that, breaking forces. So like that, we see how the gunas are affecting their mind. So here, Asha, Pasha, Shaktaihi, Baddha. So these people are Baddhaha, bound by, go right to left, Shataihi, hundreds of Pasha, ropes, not physical ropes, mental ropes, ropes of Asha. But Asha is not hope here, attachment. In this context, it is not hope is something positive, right? Here it is the mental bondage, those hidden ropes of attachment, greed, avarice. That is the Pasha. Pasha means a noose, rope. So they are bound like the silkworm in the cocoon. How the silkworm weaves the thread and then it perishes because of its own mistake. It did not get out, right? So Asha, Pasha, Shataihi, Baddha, hundreds. Then what else? Kama, Krodha, Parayanaha. Parayana means the highest goal. And so far we have always seen what is Parayanam? Ishvara. But for these people, Kama and Krodha is the Param Ayanam. Param Ayanam Yesham Te. They are Kama, Krodha, Parayana. For whom desires. Desire means the insatiable desires after, Artha and Kama is the highest goal for them. That is the end. And Krodha is they will become angry because anger is nothing but unfulfilled desires. So did all our desires in our life get fulfilled? No. More often than not, they don't get fulfilled. Life has a way of showing us. But these people have that, brute force. Then ihante, what do? Ihante means they engage in they are doing, engage in, or they desire kama bhogartham, only enjoyments, kama bhogartham. Then how do they earn their money? Artha sanchayan, last word. Artha means wealth. How do they accumulate wealth? Anyayena. Anyayama, adharmic way. Yeah. And Shankaracharya puts here, what are the adharmic ways by which they earn wealth? Burglary, land grabbing, trespassing, frauds. Today we hear so much, no? Scams, frauds. I came across an incident where artificially intelligence generated an image was created of a relative who phones, his family for 1 lakh or 2 lakhs. But it's an artificially generated image. Use of technology for fraud and cyber crimes. All these things are the illegal ways, adharmic ways to earn money for kama bhoga. That is these people further described here. So you see, these are today we have the modern Hiranyakashipus, Ravanas, and Shishupalas. And even in those days, when somebody advises them, their buddhi is so corrupt, they will not listen. Once Meghnath, it seems, told Ravana that so many lives have been lost. You still desire Sita? And Ravana gets even more angry. It's not prepared to give up the Adhma. But these people, even those Ravana used to do yagas, yagas and do a lot of mantra japa. What for? Not for sattvic means, but to enhance the power and to cause harm, to get more siddhis to cause harm. That's also going to come now. 13th. Idamadhyamaya labdham imam prapsi manoratham idamasti tamapi me bhavishyati punardhanam idamadhyamaya labdham So this is where the corporate philosophy like thinking is going to come in. Idam adya. Adya is today. Today, idam maya labdham. So far, today, I have earned all this. Property, assets, stocks, shares, wealth, mansions, 40-bedroom mansions. Idam adya maya labdham. Imam prapsye manoratham. Now, what my mind will desire for the future, I will get that also. Yeah, Rit Lakara. Prapsye, I will gain. Idam asti, idam api, me bhavishyati. So, this is there today, this is there also today, and it will become mine tomorrow. Me bhavishyati punardhanam. So, the whole life is centered on dhanam, on accumulation. So, this is the philosophy of wanting to expand the profits, assets, liquid assets, hard assets. I must multiply them. There is no Viveka and Vairagya here. Yeah? What will one do? Swamiji will say, if you have 50 bedrooms and 60 bathrooms, what is the use? You're going to sleep only on one bed, right? You're going to eat only from one plate. Yeah, how many dresses do you need? How many costumes? This is but the moha. Dil mange more. Yeah. So it is not enough, and that is that insatiable anandaha greed in the mind. Asura api thing. There is some dialogue between a king who invaded our Bharat in the past and the sadhu, and then the king says, I have so many mansions, and this sadhu says that I have only the sky as my roof. Then he says, I have so many costumes and outfits, and he says, I have only a couple of simple clothes. Then I have beds. It says, I have only the earth. I have plates and crockery. I have only hands. Not. Then finally the sadhu says, you may have more of everything, but I have more contentment and I have more peace and happiness. And it shows it's inversely proportional, right? Today, why are people desiring minimalism and Zen kind of homes? The lesser the things, lesser the maintenance, lesser the anxiety, lesser the vrittis in the mind, and we will have inner leisure and peace. So, but these asuras are under the grip of the moha. Then what else? Asau maya hata shatruhu. Asau maya anishye chaparanapi. Anishye chaparanapi. Ishvaro hamaham bhogi. Ham balavan sukhe. Ham balavan sukhe. Asau maya hata shatruhu. Sanskrit, no? Asau, this person, Asau maya hataha shatruhu. So asau shatruhu, this shatru, enemy of mine. Who are the enemy of these enemy-like people? They're competitors, no? They're opponents. No, suppose these mafia dons and all these thugs that we know about from the movies, if anybody stands in their way from accomplishment of their adharmic ends, they will just delegate, finish him off. So, asau shatruhu maya hataha. And what else? Aparanapi hanishye. I will destroy others also, whoever stands in the way. Remember the story of Prahlad? How even his own father sees Prahlad as an obstacle. He says, I am the ruler. Next line, Ishvaraha aham. Ishvaraha aham. And this is not Krishna talking, but this is the Asura saying, I am the Lord. Not in the sense of aham brahmasmi, but I am the ruler. Everybody has to do namaskara to me, bow down to me. This is the Hiranyakashipu, who wanted to get even Prahlada's own son out of his way. So, Ishvaraha aham bhogi. I am the enjoyer. Siddhaha aham. I am successful. Aham balavan, aham sukhi. I am powerful. I am happy. So, you see how clouded the intellect is. And that is why, we have to take some time for our children and grandchildren. Samskriti is so important. Otherwise, at the tender age, if we don't put the right values, then later on they will be easily indoctrinated. They will be influenced negatively. They'll get into negative satsanga and then join these dark forces in the world. Like how it is described. Then, Adhyo bhijanabhanasmi. Adhyo bhijanabhanasmi. Ponyosti sadrisho maya. Ponyosti sadrisho maya. Yakshe dasyami bodhitye. Yakshe dasyami bodhitye. Ityajnana vimohitaha. Ityajnana vimohitaha. Adhyo bhijanabhanasmi. Ponyosti sadrisho maya. Yakshe dasyami bodhitye. So, Adhyaha abhijanavan asmi. Kaha anyah asti sadrisho maya. Yakshe dasyami modishye. There's a sandhi here. So, it will be modishya, no? But because of sandhi, it becomes modishye. I will enjoy. Then, iti ajnana vimohitaha. So, Adhyaha means wealthy. So, aham, again, Uttama Purusha is continuing. I am wealthy. Aham Adhyaha. Then, Abhijanavan asmi. Abhijanavan asmi means born in a good family. Yeah, born to a good family, noble family. Kaha anya asti sadrishaha maya. Who is there equal to me? No, I am the greatest. I am the enjoyer. I am the Lord. So who can equal me? This is the thinking of the asuras. Then what else do they do? Yakshe. This yakshe is yaj dhatu. I will perform yajnas. Aham yakshe. Now, why will the asuras perform yajnas? We are going to see that. Dasyami means I will give. Give what? Dakshinas. I will give wealth. And modishye, I will be very, very happy. I will be happy and enjoy. Iti ajnana vimohitaha. So they are completely deluded by ajnanam. Now, why they perform yajnas is going to come later. But here it means that, they will not, of course, perform yajnas for improvement of environment or to benefit somebody, loka shanti. No. They want to pretense, dambhena. They want to put up a pretense of arrogance, show of their wealth and power, and to gain siddhis and to become even more powerful to do all the unjust activities. Yeah? So simple shlokas these are. Let's move on to the next one. Aneka chitta vibhrantaha.
Aneka chitta vibhrantaha.
Ajala samavritaha. Prasaktaah kama bhogeshu. Patanti narakeshu cha. Aneka chitta vibhrantaha. So far, Krishna is, describing this Asuri Sampad and then going to tell what is going to be their fate, their destiny. Krishna is going to say that very clearly. So these are the people who earn by illegal means and spend lavishly on nightclubs and discos and bars and all these wrong means of enjoyment. So as a result, what? Aneka chitta vibhrantaha. Vibhrantaha means deluded completely. In various ways, their chittam, their mind is filled with anger, agitation, restlessness, and anxieties. Because there is a conscience, they will be afraid, fear of being caught. Then if you tell a lie, you have to cover it up with more lies. And so it's endless. So the mind will be ever restless. Aneka chitta vibhrantaha. Samasa. Referring to the people here. Then what else are there? Moha jala samavritaha. This moha maya is samavritam. Very well covered. The thick cloud of moha has covered their intellect. Deluded. Like the Ravana. Like the Hiranyakashipu. And how many people try to, even explain to Ravana, to Dhritarashtra also. Dhritarashtra, same thing, covered by moha, putra moha. And Krishna, Vyasacharya, they all tried to penetrate that moha in their minds, unsuccessful. Same thing in Ravana. So these people are moha jala samavritaha. Then prasaktaha. Sajj dhatu means connected, attached. So prasaktaha means they are attached, they are connected or engaged in what? Kama bhogeshu. Constantly, what can I enjoy next? Lavish enjoyment is all they want to do. Then what happens as a result to them? Patanti. They fall. And where do they fall? Narake ashuchau. So ashuchau is defining naraka. Ashuchau means unclean, sorrowful narakas. Now, where have we heard naraka before? from our grandparents. Maybe, no? There are stories of the Garuda Purana, especially, where there are cauldrons of boiling oil and the bad people will be fried like fritters, bhaji. But Vedanta does not talk about Naraka. Vedas talk about Swarga, yes, we have heard in Mundaka, but not Narakas. So, the Vedantic perspective of Naraka is right here and now. It is not some 3D loka, some space station like Chandraloka, Pitraloka. A lifetime, a life of immense pain and suffering is Naraka. For example, a child born to a mother who is, drug addict and smoking. Then how will the child be nourished in the womb? In a negative way, right? Then how it can be even born with deformities. So the life of pain, whoever is having pain and suffering, Shankaracharya says, that is Naraka Loka right here. And if Punya Loka also be favorable life, born to good parents, and we have Viveka, Satsanga, then we have a Punya Loka right here. So that is the higher meaning. So here, but Krishna is going to push them into actual Naraka Lokas. In the next Lokas, we are going to see that. 17th. Atma Sambhavita Stabdhaha
Atma Sambhavita Sambhavita
Dhanamana Madanditaha Yajante Nama Yajnaiste
Yajante Nama Yajnaiste
Tam Tena Vedi Purvakam
Tena Vidi
Atma Sambhavita Stabdhaha
Yajante Nama Yajnaiste Tena Vidi
So these asuras, they are Atma Sambhavitaha. Atma Sambhavita means self-importance. No? Aham Ishvaraha. That is Atma Pujita. No? Not in the Vedantic way. When we do Nididhyasnam also we are saying that Tat Brahma Aham Asmi. That is for a sattvic mind. But here it is from a rajasic point of view. Atma Sambhavitaha. Self-glorification. I am the Lord. I am great. Then Stabdaha. Stabdaha means they're very rigid and conceited. Think, oh, kaha anyaha sadrisho maya? Who can be equal to me? I am the all-knowing. So no humility is there. Atma Sambhavitaha, Stabdaha, and Dhana, Mana, Mada, Anvitaha. Anvitaha means endowed with, possessed. They are endowed with wealth, illegal wealth. Then Mada is intoxication, and Mana, self-importance. No? So the common, we've seen this before, arrogance and dambhitvam, manitvam. Why is it there in the first place? Why should one put up a pretense? Because of lack of self-esteem. There is a hollowness inside, there is a vacuum inside. So they want the appreciation and the glorification from others. So one would pretend to be very great. I'm wealthy. Look at all the yagas I'm doing. How much I've donated. So it is a pretense and a show. So it is just the opposite. The one who have inferiority complex will display a superiority complex. And that is because at the core, the child, there is emotional pain, whatever reason, childhood imperfections, all that. And that was not attended to. And now this kind of personality has come. So it is all karma after all, isn't it? No? Karma exhaustion of a life of pain and delusion. So that is the description here. Then what do? Here comes again, yajante. They perform rituals. But what kind of rituals? Nama yajna. Only namesake. Yeah. So they don't have real shraddha. They will not give proper dakshina or chant the mantras. They don't care for the sattvic outcome also. Namayagnehi te dambhena avidhi purvakam yajante. So, with a show of arrogance and pretense, they perform rituals. No? Avidhi purvakam. Avidhi purvakam means without regarding the stipulations. No, a Vedic ritual, we have seen so much of it in the Gita and Upanishads, how the Yajamana has to be very humble. He is considered Lord Narayana himself, embodiment of humility and offering in the spirit of Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi. But here it is just the opposite. And so, these asuras are, described here in very, very strong manner here. Next, 18th. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodam cha samshritaha mamatma paradeheshu pratvishantobhyasuyakaha ahankaram darpam
Kamam krodam cha samshita.
18th and 19th are gently read together because the verb is in the 19th shloka. Talaham dvishata kruran samsareshu naradhaman Shipam yajasram shubham Surishveva yonishu. Read them together now. Ahankaram balam sarvam kamam krodam cha samshita. Samsareshu Shipam yajasram shubham Now slowly Krishna is going to end the description of the asuras and then tell us what he is going to do with them. So let's complete that in 18 first. Ahamkaram, balam, darpam, kamam, krodam, samshritaha. Samshritaha means these asuras who are engaged in, resorted to. They are thriving in what? Ahankara, ego. This is not a sattvic ego, of course, rajasic ego or tamasic. Balam, brute force. Yeah? Not the strength that goes with humility. And darpam, arrogance. Kamam is insatiable desire, enjoyment. Krodham, anger. So they are filled with all this. Then what do? This asuras? Mam, atma paradeheshu pratvishantaha. Pratvishantaha means these people hate. Hate whom? Mam. Krishna is saying they all hate me. Where? Atma, in themselves, and paradeheshu. They hate the Atma in themselves. Why? Because they completely neglect. There is no Atma. There is only body. This body, sense, enjoyment is all the truth for me. That means what? They don't follow dharma. So they hate me in their own bodies. And then they are engaged in such cruel acts of harming the whole world. So paradeheshu api pradvishantaha. They are haters of me. Yeah? Then one more word is there. Abhyasuyakaha. Abhyasuyakaha means they are, jealous. Asuya. Abhyasuyakaha means they spread slander and jealousy and ill will in the whole world. Like Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, no, where is your Narayana? Come on, show me. You say he's everywhere. And he kicks the pillar, right? So that means Hiranyakashipu hated Narayana in himself and in others. Did not accept. So that is the 18th shloka here. Then, Tan aham dvishataha kruran samsareshu naradhaman. Now, let me finish the sandhis. Tan aham dvishataha kruran samsareshu nareshu adhaman kshipami. You see the verb there? Kshipami. Kship dhatu means to throw. Literally throw. And in English we would say cast away. No? Dispatch. So Krishna is going to do that. Ajasram means repeatedly. Ashubhan asurishu eva yonishu. The sandhis there. Okay. So those who are dvishataha. Dvishataha means haters. Dvishataha means who have so much dvesha. Raga dveshas are the dvishataha. It's plural here. Dvishataha means the haters, offenders. And who are kruran. Kruran is cruel. Yeah. Tan, them, aham, some, and who else? Samsareshu naradhaman. In the entire samsara, the whole humanity, they are the worst offenders. Nareshu or Naranam Adhaman, the lowest category, which we know are there, very much there. You just have to open the paper, social media, and you come across them. Naradhaman. Yeah. Samsareshu. What do I do? Kshipami. I, dispatch them off. I throw them repeatedly. Ajasram. Where? Ashubhan asurishu yonishu. I will throw them into wombs which are painful, which are unclean, and which are wombs of pain. Asuri wombs. Now we have to imagine or understand what are these Asuri wombs. Yeah. In Asuri wombs, now we all know that Shankaracharya has said, Narajanma Naranam Durlabham. Out of the 84 lakh species of Janma that is possible, Narajanma is Utkrishta. Why? Free will is there. I can change the track. I can change my svabhava. Now I can do something about my tamas and rajas, and I can increase the sattva. But can the other species do that? Animals, birds, mosquitoes, even celestials, only prarabdha exhaustion will be there. So here Bhagavan says that these people that I've just described so graphically, I will give them the next janma in a animal sharira. A tiger, if a tiger is cruel, it is not going to repent. Oh, I feel so bad having killed this person, I must turn over a new leaf. No, that buddhi is not there, that infrastructure is not there. So animals cannot communicate and they are hunted for their skin, wool, tusk, so definitely they are Asuri yonis. The janma will be one of suffering alone. So Krishna has said, even if these asuras, they escape our High Court and Supreme Court here, due to some luck, they will never escape this. Yeah. So, which means when Krishna says Aham Kshipami, what does that mean? The law of karma. As per the law of karma, there will be rebirth in a Asuri yoni. And then Krishna also says that repeatedly. Why? Because we see that these asuras would have accumulated so much punyam, so much papam, sorry. Can all that papam be exhausted in one janma? Not possible. Again and again, ajasram, repeatedly, they will have to be born in asura kulas to exhaust their papam. But you see the case of Ratnakara. Ratnakara was asura, dacoit. But one chance encounter with Narada changed the track and he became Valmiki. So it depends also whether that punyam is there in the Sanchita store. If it is there, a miracle can also happen. Yeah? But generally, it takes more janmas to exhaust this huge, piled up stockpile of papa. That is why Bhagavan puts a ajasram there. Then we'll do one more shloka. Asuri yonimapannaha
Asuri yonimapannaha
janmani janmani prapyaiva kaunteya tato yantyadhamam gatim asuri yonimapannaha So continuing, Bhagavan says, Asurim yonim. That means a womb of pain. Asurim yonim apannaha. Having gained the adhama janmas, the lower janmas, these mudhaha, deluded people, janma after janma. In every janma, janmani janmani. Ma aprapya eva. Because they never attempted to seek me. They despised me in their body and other bodies. Yeah, they did not follow dharma. The end justified the means. So, mam aprapya. Hey Kaunteya. Now addressing Arjuna after this long description, Krishna says, Tataha yanti adhamam gatim. Tataha means even greater, even more adhamam gati. Even a worse fate awaits them. Yanti. They will go to a worse fate. Tataha. Than the current Asuri womb. Yeah. Now, womb means, I told you, a janma or a lifetime. You know? So, you see, we have these in the northern belt, especially there is the Swamiji's Gita home study, 9 volumes, They have been translated in various languages, Hindi also, Hindi, Telugu also, and Tamil, of course. Now, some of the Swamis go to prisons in the north, Indore, Madhya Pradesh, and to have Gita satsangs with the prisoners. That is allowed. So even the hardcore criminals, you see, by some punyam, they will come into contact with such teachings. It can happen if they pray. Then what happens? We see that their term can be reduced and they can be set free even before. So the turning point can come to everybody. But generally, Bhagavan is saying here that that reversal can only come with punyam and prayerful living and other and dharmic living. But for these asuris, till they come to that level of pain and cruelty, that they should also experience a cruelty. And then, having experienced that, only the mind will begin to change. A change will come. So, this is the fate of the asuras. So, the bulk of this chapter is very intense description of the asuras. And now, Bhagavan is in this concluding verses, Bhagavan is going to talk about the 3 gateways to hell. Yeah, there are 3 gateways to hell. Trividham narakasya idam dwaram nashanam atmanaha. Kamaha, krodhaha, lobha. Tasma etat trayam tyaje. May one give up these. Kama, desire. What kind of desire? Binding desire, rajasic desires, tamasic desires. Let us have sattvic desires. I want satsanga. I want to do anadhanam. I want to, study the passions. All that is fine. That is also kama, But dharma aviruddha kamosmi. Bhagavan has already said. But here we should understand kama in the sense of that desire for rajas and tamas, provoked by rajas and tamas, may one give up. And then that kama alone becomes krodha, and kama alone becomes lobha. So really there is only one doorway to hell, right? Kama unmanaged becomes krodha, and kama when it is fulfilled becomes greed. Then what is the root of kama? Ajnanam. Ultimately, we've come to the root, and that is why study of Vedanta addresses the root of karma itself. Because of self-ignorance, there is karma. Because of karma, there is krodha. Because of krodha and karma, there is lobha, and all these disastrous consequences. Yeah? So here, Bhagavan is going to talk about these three things to be avoided, and then how, Shastra is the only pramana which can guide us. Tasmat Shastram te karya vyavastitau. It is said the Vedas have these three lakaras, ling, lot, tavya. Ling, lot, tavya means do's and don'ts. Yeah? Mamsam na bhakshayet, suram na pibet, na matridevo bhava, pitridevo bhava, swadhyaya na pramaditavyam. Don't neglect your study. And consider your mother, parents as devatas. So without the Shastra's benediction, we cannot follow dharma and come to Veda. Okay. So now let us chant these new verses and then conclude. From 11th onwards. Chintam aparimeyam cha pralayam tamupashrita kamopabhoga paramampa etavaditi nishrita asha pashatai baddha kamakrodha paryena ihante kamapurgatham jnayena sanchaya idamadhyamahalabdham imam prapse manoratham idamasti tamapi me bhavishyati punadhanam asau maya hata shatruhu anishyeda varanati ishvaroham bhogi siddhoham balavan sukhi adyo vijanavanasmi Ponyosthi sadrisho maya yakshe dasyami mudikye idyajnana vimodita anika chitta vibhrantaha mohajala samavritaha prasakta kama bhogeshu patanti narageshu cha आत्मसंभाविता स्तब्धाः धनमानमदान्विताः यजन्ते नाम यज्ञैस्ते दम्भेनाविधिपूर्वकम् अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं च संश्रिताः मामात्मपरदेहेषु प्रद्विषन्तोऽभ्यसूयकाः तानहं द्विषतः क्रूरान् संसारेषु नराधमान् क्षिपाम्यजस्रमशुभान् आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु आसुरीं योनिमापन्नाः मूढा जन्मनि जन्मनि मामप्राप्यैव कौन्तेय ततो यान्त्यधमागतिम्. Let's continue. त्रिविधं नरकस्येदं द्वारं नाशनमात्मनः कामक्रोधस्तथा लोभः तस्मादेतत्त्रयं त्यजेत् एतैर्विमुक्तः कौन्तेय तमोद्वारैस्त्रिभिर्नरः आचरत्यात्मनः श्रेयः ततो याति परां गतिम् यः शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारतः न स सिद्धिमवाप्नोति न सुखं न परां गतिम् तस्मात् शास्त्रं प्रमाणन्ते कार्याकार्यव्यवस्थितौ ज्ञात्वा शास्त्रविधानोक्तम् कर्म कर्तुमिहार्हसि। ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे दैवासुरसम्पद्विभागयोगो नाम षोडशोऽध्यायः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।